Hello and welcome to Reviews. As always, I am Plume Noir, and as you can hear from my voice, I'm still suffering from the flu here. So, forgive the way I sound. I may cough. I'm going to try not to, but I can feel some coughs right here in my chest that want to get out. So I'm going to try and hold back on those. But before I get into X-Force number 5, I did want to mention that when I went out to the comic shop today, I didn't go on Wednesday because I was sick. But when I came home, there was a package waiting for me. And what was in this package, you say? No, it wasn't JR. He wouldn't fit in there, so let me push him off to the side. It is, and they even came with their own bags and boards. That's right. Uncle Ethan came through. Cyberfrog blood honey. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit worried about this because it has been over a year, and I've been seeing some people saying that they've received theirs already, and it's been a while that I've seen people, and I think it was because of this, because of the ash can. I haven't even looked. It looks like there's a couple things in there, so there'll be a separate video on that. But I just wanted to show that they have arrived, and I was getting a little bit worried about that. So, anyway, X-Force number 5. Again, trading card cover, but I like Forge. Forge is one of my favorite characters. He's just so awesome. Even though I've never quite understood how, his, he has this cybernetic leg and arms up here, legs down here. I forget which way they go. But when he has his pants, does he just cut out the leg and then cut it back up at the knee, put on his pants, and then put this on the rest of it? I've never understood that. I know it's to show off the robotics, but it just seems to be like extra amount of time. I mean, these straps must be really tight and clip on or something. Otherwise, it'd probably be embarrassing to go down to fighting and his leggings fall down. Anyway, whereas Fallen Angels number 5 was a quiet issue, talking about the character of Quanon. This issue is action. It picks up right at the end of the previous issue, which, of course, I couldn't give away the ending in my last review. I didn't want to spoiler it. But as the X-Force, Domino, Kid Omega, and Wolverine are going to fight these mercs that are, downloading information from one of their facilities, they close the Krakoan gate on them. And Wolverine gets cut in half, and Quentin gets decapitated. So they see them like, if he's not dead now, he's seconds from it. Forget him and move. And Domino's saying, please say something. It's kind of funny through this issue when they show their corpses. I know, because corpses are funny, right? Here's the other side back on Krakoa. You have half of Wolverine and the rest of Kid Omega. And you have the pink blood things. And it just, the color, every time I saw it, kind of made me giggle. It reminded me of Star Trek, The Undiscovered Country, where the Klingon blood was floating through the ship and it's pink. Now, that had a reason. They actually had to do that on purpose. To get the rating. Otherwise, it would have had a more severe rating, like an M rating. But they had to do it that way. But it made it look like Pepto-Bismol floating through the ship without anti-gravity. And this looks like they're lying in pools of Pepto-Bismol. So, a little hard to take that seriously. Okay, come on, JR. So, Domino is trying to figure out how she can get there. The closest gate is 10 miles away, won't get there in time. So they have to get Gateway. And Gateway has been terribly underused since the Uncanny X-Men issues when they were out in the Australian outback. So Black Tom forces him to come and give them a gateway to get to where Wolverine and Quentin's head are. And then we get Forge in his Krakoan armor down to the wings. And again, it's one of those silly, awesome, cool things. This should have no reason to be cool. That he's wearing plant armor that can do whatever he wants because he's a technomancer. And basically he is when you get down to it. Not as much as, Jeffrey, Madison Jeffries, but he could do what he can. And he even says that, and you could bet your ass I saved the best toys for myself. I'm loving Forge. I'm really loving that they're making Forge into this badass. So back at the facility, as the mercs are trying to get all the information and steal everything, Wolverine kills a guy, and it looks like he's actually it looks like Wolverine's popping out of this guy's ass. Again, this issue is great for the action. I mean, just look how happy he is. Little stubby Wolverine, just I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm on cold medicine, and I laughed at this picture. I laughed at this panel. It should be more horrific. Wolverine's been cut in half. Somehow he's still surviving on this, and yeah, he's sitting on the guy's ass with his claws in the guy's back, and I mean that's just demeaning. I mean, not only do you get killed by half a Wolverine, then he just sits on your ass looking like he's popping out of it, and then they just shoot the hell out of him. And by the way, Wolverine still survives all this, with all the Pepto Bismol and blood. Then we get the splash page, which is the big damn heroes moment, and Forge even thinks to bring Wolverine's lower half, and basically connects him together, like a Lego piece. And now heal up. Um, I don't know exactly how Wolverine's healing factor works. I think they did this in the Ultimate universe when he went after Hulk. Didn't he do something like this? I know this has happened where he's had to collect parts and hold them together, but it's awesome and hilarious at the same time. And there is some parts here where when Domino is fighting a guy, and she says, "Before you die, I want you to look at my face. I want you to see the hurt in it. I want you to swallow my pain." Oh, that line was kind of cringy. That line was a little bit cringy. I know it's supposed to be a badass one-liner or whatever, but um, yeah, it did come off as pretty cringy. But it's made up for the fact that those little bug wings on the back of Forge's armor allow him to fly while he's carrying Wolverine while he heals up. So, um, now, Domino, as you know, had her skin basically peeled off. And, she obviously wants revenge against these mercs for it. And so Beast is telling her over and over, take prisoners. We need the intelligence. That's the most important thing. For X Force to work, we need their intelligence. Don't kill everyone. And it's taken Domino, like, all her willpower, to not kill them. Um, as you see, she doesn't have a lot of willpower, and she tries to explain it that these are all just clones and not real people. But one the Mercs is a real person, and talks about he has a life, so they end up taking him prisoner. And Beast even tells her you can torture him, just don't kill him. So yeah, this issue is actually a fun issue. It's There's a lot of action there. It's a rescue to get Wolverine back and get him healed up, stop these guys, and for every cool part there is like the silliness, but that actually makes it kind of fun. It doesn't make it as horrible as it should be, because there's a lot of brutality in this issue. But seeing the pink blood and the silliness of the plant armor, which again, I love Forge. He's cool as hell, but it still kind of made me laugh to see those little wings flying. And again, it brings up another thing that I really don't like with the whole Krakoa um, thing that's going on, this Krakoan storyline, where basically they can just reboot the people. They die, they just can come back, which is basically what's going on with Kid Omega. He's already back in the birthing pod or whatever it is, being recreated. And in the previous issue, we saw the big tub of adamantium, for when Wolverine gets killed, they can put it back in him. But as you see in this, Wolverine didn't exactly die, so they don't need to use that. So it's kind of a setup to make you think he was going to be dead. Nice job. I did appreciate that. So what would I give this book? I'm enjoying X-Force. I've been going back and forth on which one between this and Fallen Angels that I like more. And it's a tough one. I think between these two. At least this one. I'm going 1 o'clock on this one. Now, I gave Fallen Angels a 12 o'clock. Um, Even though not much happened to it, I liked the character study that was going on, and we got to see more of the character development of Quanon. Now, this one is it's a rock in action. It is fun, but like I said, it's hampered by some of the coloring things, which I understand why they did it. I just kind of wish in some of these scenes they would have just kind of found a way to do like they've done back during the comics code, where they would just make it like some type of darker shade or black instead of going with the pink. Every time they show pink blood, it just kind of reminded me of Pepto Bismol. So, but anyway, 1 o'clock. Still enjoying this book. Tough choice. I don't know which of the two books I like more. These particular issues, I think I like the other one a little bit more, but I'm loving these two books. These are the two best X titles going on right now. So, and always you can see my man Forge. I love this. I love his crazy ass. So, as always, thanks for watching. I will be back. I'm gonna go get some more sleep here, and yeah, I will be coming back to Cyberfrog, I promise, because I've been waiting over a year for this. I want to check this out. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.